Ted with Superior Image Car Care. Welcome to this tutorial Thursday. With us today we have Paul from Rupes, and we are just going to be doing an unboxing and taking a look at these new Mark III tools, the 15 and 21, and just going over them a little bit, going over some of the new features, and just giving you an up close and personal look. Paul?
Well, should we open them?
Yeah, let's do it.
What do you have, by the way?
I have,
you have the 21.
21.
I have the 15. So it comes with what you need to do with your cord. I'd actually like to point this out, that all our tools now are coming with how to wrap your cords, tool maintenance.
Which we need.
This is very, very important. Anyhow, we'll go over that more. And especially because these now, one of the features, it has a 29.6, or if you want to say it in European, I guess that's right, it's 16 meters. So it's a very long cord. Instruction manuals, and a brand new Mark III tool. That, if you open the right side of it, it comes right out real easy, just like so. There we go. Set that box down for a second. So here is the new Mark III tool. This is the 15. And there is the 21. Very nice. Now I'm going to stop for 1 second and just let everybody know that all our tools come with one of these covers. This is not a shipping material. This is a lifelong part protection for this tool. Everybody knows that our backing plates are very grippy.
Absolutely.
They want to be able to transfer energy down so it holds onto that pad real good. Well, if you end up getting a microfiber or any other fuzz lands on this while you're in storage, it starts to nullify the hook and loom. So we provide these to protect it over the life of the backing plate.
When it's not in use, yes. Basically, right?
So, and if you have to get a new backing plate, you end up keep it,
right, and
that way it never goes bad. So that's just something that I didn't know. But I kept it. It's amazing how many people throw them away.
I tell everyone that gets one of the new tools to keep that, and every time it's not in use, to slide that protective sheeting back over, and then your backing plates.
It stays great.
Absolutely.
A long time. Very great.
So real quick, I noticed, Paul. I know a lot of people already know, kind of a bit about these tools because they were released at SEMA. But when I first pulled this tool out and set it down,
it didn't go anywhere.
My Mark II doesn't do that.
No.
My ES does not do that. I'm fighting this forever.
The ES, what we used to do with the ES is we would baby them because there was no rubber feet.
Right.
And you would always lay a towel down and then gently lay it down so it wouldn't get hurt. And then the Mark IIs came out, they had one.
Yep.
Which better? At least that expensive fake carbon fiber never got scratched, right? Well, hopefully it never got scratched. Well, now we have two. And so when you do lay it down, it's on its own little feet, both feet.
Right.
So that is one of the main features on the new Mark IIIs. The back foot actually is playing a second role. It's a protector for our new speed control.
Right.
And we made it bigger, and you can actually feel it stop and start on the specific number. So it makes it really nice. So as you're working, you know exactly where you're at. But that rubber foot, because it is raised a little higher, acts as a protectant for that. So that's another second feature. It actually has two roles while it's working. Okay. Another feature I liked, the first, like the ES. I mean, these, they see the T-shirts of the evolution of Bigfoot, right?
Right.
Well, our tools are evolving too, and the bottom didn't even have a rubber grip. It was just all hard plastic.
Yep.
Now you had the Mark II, which had a rubber grip on the bottom. Now the Mark IIIs have rubber grip on top and bottom. And for a detailer, this should be no problem to hold on to a tool. Real simple, real easy. Now you always want to do your best, but at least you can grab it and hold on to it.
Probably helps in aiding in even reducing vibrations even more. Even though the Rupes tool is already extremely low vibrations compared to other tools in the market, this is probably going to help with that even more.
Absolutely, they are. Absolutely. Another fun feature, like we said, is this 29.5-foot cord. It's one of those things that whenever we had a tool that had a long cord, where do we get those? Well, we don't sell them here in the U.S. type of thing, right?
Right.
Well, now all our Mark II tools are having, Mark III tools, Mark IIIs are coming with a very long cord. And especially if you're in a workshop, now we eliminate having to have an extension cord.
Right.
Just plug it in and go.
Extension cords with, people don't understand, a lot of the times there's not a whole lot of thought that goes in between it, right? We just go to our local hardware store, Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever the case is, and we grab the cheapest extension cord. Well, the problem is if that's not the right gauge or a larger gauge than what the tool requires, we're going to end up burning the ends of the tool and probably can do damage to the motor as well. So this is huge because right now, exactly, especially when you're in the shop, you plug it into the wall and you're going to be able to reach around the entire vehicle. So
you know what? I have used it on a couple of cars, my own tools that I have, my demo tool, and let me tell you, it is nice having this long cord. You said it's huge. It really is. It's really long.
Yeah, it is.
Now, anyhow, so that's features there. One of the features that I, even at SEMA, I wasn't really paying attention, but as I started using the tool, the power is very close to our Mark II tools. I think the 21 maxes out on the Mark II at 4,700 orbits per minute. This one only maxes out at 4,500 orbits per minute. But what they did is they beefed up the low end, so you actually have about 500 more watts per speed on the actual bottom side. So you're getting more work, more torque out of the lower ends. So that's where we like to run the tool anyway, 2 to 4, and you'll find that that's all you're going to need. You're going to have to get to the 5 or 6, which is nice.
And without having, I explain this to a lot of people because, obviously tools do get repaired. But when I see them using it, it's because they have the thing turned all the way up to 6 on an ES or a Mark II, and why are you doing that? Well, it's faster. No, think about it this way, right? You have basically the same amount of torques from, say, setting 4.5 to 6.
Right.
So you're just running it quicker. So take a vehicle, for example. If you had it pinned all the way to the floor all the time, what's going to happen? You're going to
overheat the engine,
overheating,
run out of gas faster.
You're breaking down the oil quicker.
Yeah.
It's the same thing in a tool. If you're maxing it out all the time, you're just going to degrade the mechanisms of it. So, huge point. We get more torque at lower OBM or OBP.
Yep.
Right. So now we can run the tool even a little bit slower and get even more longevity of it.
Yeah, that's one of the things I really enjoyed. Another feature, one of the last features here, is other than the beautiful pinstriping, I love how Italians make these designs. It's a beautiful machine. Is our progressive trigger. So now, not only it's not just on off.
Right.
Now you could set it at speed 1 and lock it, or speed 2, whatever you want the main speeds to be. But now you could actually set, if you wanted to go to a max of a 3, you could adjust your speed with the trigger by itself. And it's a really nice feature, especially when you're starting to prime your pads and getting going.
Right.
You don't have to be fooling with this all the time. You could just barely pull the trigger.
Yeah. So
with
the Rupes tools now, what I've been teaching with the ES or the Mark I is, say we already have the pad primed or conditioned, so we don't even need to speak about that. Usually, what I do is I say we crank it down to 1 on the surface, turn the machine on, spread your area, your 2x2 area, and then we start going into your working speed. Well, two things. A, granted, it might be only a couple seconds, but there still is a loss of time there.
Right.
So in the professional world, we have to think of time all the time.
Well,
it's
a loss of a
factor,
few seconds every time you turn and start.
Then also,
stop.
Another wear item. Now we're not continually, how many ever times we're using that tool on a vehicle, back and forth. So again, another wear item that is going to bring more longevity to the tool, which I'm really excited about because I hate playing with everything. I like just going. So,
well, what's exciting is we have a class today, and a lot of those people are going to be able to use these in the class today. So it'll be the first class for your students to come in and play with the Mark III tools. So
great, Paul. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
See you guys.
Thank you again for joining us for Tutorial Thursday. Pleasure having Paul with Rupes here. Please remember to subscribe, ring that bell, smash the like button. Thank you.